From a city that has hosted 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Indianapolis Colts and the New Orleans Saints. Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready, and we are underway from the Superdome. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They go play action here on first down. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Quiddy Pay in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Shreds him with a stiff arm.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Let's go.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
10 seconds.
Tua sets up to pass it. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Colts take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0.
Saints nothing.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly...
He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. After the turnover, it's Tua. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Here we go.
Taylor will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll make the score 14-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Matthews. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit. And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup. Adafe Owe there on the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Yeah. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Taylor. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. For a lot of people, the MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. There's been some plays that...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Colts have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 21-0.
Saints, nothing.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Operating from the gun, Matthews. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That goes for a gain of 31. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Nico Collins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Back to Taylor on first down. We'll get this up to about the 44.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. First catch of this game, a big one. Of course, he had the big performance last week when he was AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, but that was so last week, wasn't it? I mean, look at what he's doing now. I think he's trying to exceed what he did in that game and continue to ascend in this season.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Looking to pass. Tua. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Saints will take over possession here up at the 44. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Matthews. Thomas has got it. Complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch,
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 56 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. From midfield, here's Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Taken in at the 11. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's 1 interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. The Saints at 5-10 now on the year. And they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best way out of this for them They need something to happen positive early in this game. That's a great way to help break this losing skid.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
They run it again with Kamara. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake. Matthews. He'll complete this one to Collins. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And this is gone from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
68 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
To throw on 2nd and 10.
Tua. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. Finding room at midfield.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
That's on the tackle, Braden Smith.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Here's Tua. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Gabriel
Davis, 74 yards, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Extra point by Sly is up and good,
and the lead is up to 18 now.
Saints 10.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Yeah, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now, you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now, with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now, yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
Now the ball comes loose. And a tough turnover there as now they will have it at the 6-yard line, first and goal.
Well, that sure started out as a good example of what they...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room.
Ready?
And they will take a knee here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The Colts send out their punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
A final shot before break. Matthews. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
John, 17.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. In motion, the tight end. Now Tua. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Got a man complete. It's Taylor. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half. just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Let's go. Strike 60. Ready.
Running straight ahead, Taylor brought down at the 20.
They're a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Second down, another run with Taylor. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
On third down, here's Taylor. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 94 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. They go to the ground again with Taylor. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
They'll try to run this one in. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great play there. His third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 10 more there and another first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
11 more on that one and another first down. He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try getting him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? Third level run. First level being the D-line and linebacker. Second level in the secondary, the third. When you block it up well, you make the second.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Colts will take over here just shy of the 30. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Here we go, set.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Hey, one steal.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will be taken at the 13. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. A good return there, 17 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
Oh, he shifts past him. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
86 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Again, it's Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he's got room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 30 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Nico Collins with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Saints get a bit closer.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves them with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Come on, set.
On the handoff, Taylor. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Ready.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Off play action. Matthews. flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
Let's go now.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Back to throw again. He's got it to Collins, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first three quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going again.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Colts, they improved their mark.